but those areas, we can help out with cost sharing for that work that is done. So I was thinking maybe we can work together and try to get it on your website, just to let people know that they can contact us and apply for next year's program in 2022. We should have funds ready by the first of the year if Congress passes everything on time, but we never know about that.
On time?
Yeah.
So, are you? Do you have a program for mulching vineyards then too?
Yeah. It's the same program.
Yeah.
Just and like I just did 2 vineyards out on the east side of town. It was a kind of a composted material. We have 2 categories. We have compost material, green waste, and we have wood chips.
Yeah,
compost material usually only lasts a year, sometimes a little longer. The wood chips, if it's all wood chips, will last 3 or 4 years. So you get a little different price depending on which one you use.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can go for citrus, avocados, any orchard that needs it.
It is, your contact information is on our website, and whenever we have a new crop swap client, I go ahead and I let them know to email you for that.
Okay.
It might not be real. We had to meet a deadline by the 30th to get the new website up and running. So we might be with suggestions, and Deb and Lisa and I've talked about this a little bit, about making it a little bit more user-friendly so people can more easily identify where they need to go. But we were really in a hurry to get this up by the 30th. So if some people aren't seeing, or if you have some suggestions for them, Bob, as to how you'd like to see it, Deb's showing her right now.
I'll send it along, but I saw your website looks pretty good, so.
Yeah, Deb can show you on here where it is.
Okay.
So, anyone else have any questions about Bob's mulching program or anything that NRCS is doing?
You say he has extra mulch?
Yes. Well, it's a program. Yes, he has extra that they run. So for orchards and things.
I mean, you're looking to get rid of some of it, or?
I don't have any. We just help pay for them.
Okay. You're saying that there was extra mulch last time?
Somebody was
that was Rick. That was Rick. He was talking about how much extra.
It wasn't me.
Yes, it was.
That was.
You said that we're being overrun by mulch. There's excess mulch.
Well, there's a lot of compost and mulch out there in the industry, is what I was saying. It's not that it's free. It's just that there's a lot of it, and when there's a lot, sometimes there's a glut. Price comes down a little bit because you got to get rid of it. So.
Yeah, we found that the initial cost of mulch is not very high, but it's the labor to spread it.
And transportation.
Especially on avocado areas where to get a large truck up there is almost not going to happen. So that's where your costs come. I had one farmer that their hills were so steep that they basically put the mulch on tarps, and their workers dragged them down to each tree and then unloaded them. Wow.
Drag the workers or drag the mulch?
Okay. Just to let you know, I think I've told most people, but I'll be retiring at the end of the year. So.
Congratulations.
Yeah, 47 years.
47.
You didn't want to make the 50, Bob?
No, I'm ready.
Wow, that's a lot of years. Well, congratulations. Do we know? Okay, never mind. Yeah, it's a lot of years to put in. Thank you so much for your service.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, item number 3, nominations of approval of SAWA representative. Every 3 years we have to nominate a representative to SAWA. So I'd like to open the floor for nominations for our SAWA representative.
I'll nominate Rick Neugebauer.
Okay. Any other nominations? Okay. So we move to close the nominations. Do I have to have a motion for that too?
Not to close.
Okay. All right. I'm going to be writing all this stuff down. Okay. So we have a motion on the floor to nominate Rick Neugebauer for our SAWA representative. We have a second. All in favor?
Can we have discussion?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm sorry.
Second.
No problem.
Okay, we seconded. Okay, so we can have a discussion.
Yeah, I have a couple things I'd like to say. And first of all, I really want to thank you, Rose, for putting this on the agenda. I know this was an issue I brought to the meeting last month rather. And I think this is really a really important exercise and helps with transparency all the way around. I know we were waiting on the outcome of that memo that we got yesterday from Melissa. Thanks for that, Melissa. I've read it. I don't know if you've all had the opportunity to read it, but I haven't been able to study it. I'm very busy today. And I think that what we should do, and I'm not going to make a motion at this stage, but I think that we should probably table this because there's a lot of material in that memo that pertains to this particular issue. The associate director serving as liaison on our behalf at SAWA. And the first thing is I think there's a lot of ramifications for RCDs up and down the state. If what's being said here is that RCDs, any director on an RCD who is operating, who wants to serve on another board in the kind of natural resources space, shouldn't really do that because it could create a conflict of interest. I think that's going to, raise a few feathers across the state, and I think really that maybe the California RCD, CARCD, might want to weigh in on that. Secondly, I think that you've done a good job of identifying the risk. Royers, that there is a risk associated with voting directors serving on SAWA.
Are we talking about the internal?
Yeah.
Okay.
The memo you're referencing has not gone out to everyone yet.
So,
it is attorney-client privileged. So it's
It's
generally
not. Sorry.
references to conclusions and discussions of that are okay, but the specifics of it should probably be disseminated to everyone at some point before it's discussed, and then attorney-client privilege may need to be waived depending on what people want to discuss. The conclusions are fine, but again, it hasn't gone out to everyone yet. You had requested the information, so I wanted to make sure to get it to you in sufficient time before this meeting to be able to read, but I haven't had a chance to send it to everyone yet.
And if we're going to discuss it at all, it should be an agendized item.
Okay, I do think the two things are related, so I would ask that this be tabled until next month so that everyone's had an opportunity to read the memo, digest the contents, and then we can discuss this further.
You
So
making
that's
mo-
my sub move.
Are you?
Sub-motion,
are-
yes. That's my sub-motion that we table this.
And I will be sending it out, but the conclusions of the memo are that an associate director doesn't have the same concerns about conflict of interest as a voting member does. So it's...
Yes. And I have a lot of questions about those, that determination.
And I would suggest you call me for some of them to maybe narrow discussion for an agendized item since we have limited time in the meeting.
Understand it.
Okay, Terry has a motion. Do we have a second? No second. The motion dies for lack of a second. So we get back to the motion to nominate Rick Neugebauer as our SAWA representative. Am I able to add one more thing for discussion? Okay. I just want to say that I believe, and it's been our experience as a board, that Rick Neugebauer has stepped up as an individual, has volunteered and done an incredible job at this position. I don't think that we could have found somebody with more experience or more knowledge of the area, and he has done extraordinary work in the last 6 years. Nominating somebody to this position is, I think, as long as I've been here and as long as the organization has been in existence, probably that it's done by majority vote. And so when the board votes, they vote because they vote individually as to what they think and who will represent us the best. So having said that, I'm going to call for the question. And that means we go no more discussion. We're going to go straight to the vote. So all in favor of nominating Rick Neugebauer for the next 3 years?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Were there any? So it's aye, Rose, Randy?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Aye.
Okay. Terry?
I'm an A.
Okay.
Aye.
Okay, so Terry, make the record show Terry says no, and
Deb, I would like the minutes to reflect that I don't feel that I have sufficient information at this stage to make a determination, which is why I'm voting no at this point. And I would also like to request that there be a report from the SAWA liaison at every single meeting. Since I've been serving here, there has not been a report. from SAWA, and I think that's really important that we both hear what's going on in SAWA and also get an opportunity to give direction